Hi, my name is Mike Tice. I teach my face-to-face classes at the University of Wisconsin Marathon campus, and I also teach for the University of Wisconsin online campus. I will be working with you in an application called PowerPoint. Hi, I'm going to be taking a little bit of your time this morning, and we want to look at how to create a bulleted list in our good old PowerPoint. I have the PowerPoint icon on my desktop. I'm going to double left mouse click on it, open up PowerPoint, and I'm not going to use the default one that comes up. I'm going to close that one. And I'm going to go here and re-click on the file, and over here under the recent options, here's my bullets demo. Okay, that'll be the good one to use. Kind of set it up ahead of time. I have a slide that came up. I don't need my listing over here on the left. I'm going to close it to give myself a little bit more screen room here. Okay, I do have one text box. I've got a background. Okay, and in the background, I've taken advantage under Format Background here, and I have a gradient fill. Okay, and using some preset colors, which I picked out. Okay, I went over here to Daybreak, and I said, gee, that would be kind of neat. I'm going to kind of change it, and I'm going to go to Ocean just so you can see some of the options that are out here. And I changed it, and again I'm not going to apply it to all. I do not want to do that, but I'm going to close. Okay, now I have another text box. I moved it so we could see where we're working, and I want to put in a bulleted list. So I clicked inside on the text, and this is almost too easy. Ahead of time, I know I want a bulleted list. I go up here in the paragraphs grouping. I go to my bullets, and I'm going to move over here to the right, open up all the options. Notice the default is no bullets, none. Then there are approximately 6 or 8 pre-designed bullets, okay? And I also want you to realize down here in the bottom with the bullets and numbering, you can actually create some of your own using pictures or using the customize option. I'm going to take advantage of the check mark, and I'm clicking on the check mark, and I'm going to tell it OK, and I have a blue bullet there. Not real happy with the color, but we'll fix that in a little bit. And I'm going to make my list here, and I'm just going to make a list of some critters: fish, dogs, cats. Okay, and I'm not real happy with my color scheme, but I can always change that. Fish, dog, cat, minnows. And the final one I want to make here, a horse. Okay, I tapped enter at the end of each one of these. Now, I'm going to select the text that's in my list here. It's hard to see, I realize that. And I want to change the color. Well, this has to stand out better, and my preview mode lets me pick colors, and I can see how they're going to work with this color scheme I got in the background. Okay, I found one I liked. Now, I want to show you a new tool here. Okay, I've got a bulleted list. Okay, it's centered. Look up here under the paragraph tab. It's centered. Maybe you don't like the unevenness. Okay, whoops. Undo. Okay, I can select the whole list again and mess with the alignment. Okay. Fully aligned doesn't make a big difference. Right aligned, you might like that little edge, okay, keeping it nice, and you can always resize your text box. It's kind of one of the fun things about working in this. And I can take and rearrange. Now, I do have a list, a bulleted list. I want to show you some of the things we can do in this bulleted list. I have my cursor to the right of the word dogs. And let's say I want to put some descriptive text about the dogs in my bulleted list, but I do not want a bullet in front of this. If I tap my enter key, I'm going to have a bullet. Let me undo that. But if I take and I hold down shift and tap enter, it'll drop me down one line. Shift and enter drops me down one line, and I can put in here some descriptive information about that dog. Okay? Shift and enter. Kind of handy to do when you need it. I'm going to deselect. I'm also going to go in here. I want to make this bigger. I'm going to take advantage of my increased fonts and do it without being super fancy here. Or I could go over here and just say, hey, let's make it 32. Nice and big. Okay. Let me make this a little bigger here. And whoops, I'm moving my box around on purpose. Now, I want to show you another thing that we can do with our bulleted list. Okay, and I'm going to take, I've selected, let me select the first two bullets and the descriptive phrase. And I want to animate these. Up on my tab area, I have a tab for animations. I'm going to click my left mouse button on that tab. And I want to add an animation. I'm going to open up the whole list. As I hold the mouse and hover over an entity, you can see the animation applied to the data that I had selected. Kind of like that swivel one. I'm going to take the swivel one. Now, I have added animation to these two options. Now, I'm trying to do this without making a huge circus out of my presentation, but if I control this, it'll work pretty decent. The other thing I can do, I go to slideshow, and I'm going to put in some timings. Okay, I'm going to record the slideshow, and I'll start recording from the beginning, which is just a single slide, so this is going to go pretty quick. Okay, look at the top left-hand corner. Here's the timings going on. You don't really want to go past 10 seconds. Okay, now I turned on, I brought in those second options, and I'm going to be done with my slideshow here. Okay, I went to a different view. I'm in the slide sorter view now, and I can see that view down here at the bottom right hand corner. And with only one slide, it really throws you, but I want you to realize I can see there's an animation. I can see there's a timing that the slide is actually set up for. I only have one slide, so it's just showing you where these tools are. Now, I want to take, and I actually want to run this just to see what it's going to look like when I do my presentation. Click on from the beginning. Look at the top left-hand corner. Here's the timings going on. You don't really want to go past 10 seconds. Okay, now I turn. You could hear that it knew I was recording an animation. It put the recording in. It opened up the slide after X amount of seconds. I think it was like between 8 and 9. These options that I had animated came into the presentation. A lot going on in this little demo. You got to practice this and play with it. Thank you.